Hi guys, on this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little bride and groom cake topper. So up and coming on the lessons, I'm going to be showing you how to make these standing figures with nice long legs and how to get them to balance and looks really good. Obviously making custom made costumes, making a fabulous dress, and of course making the cute wee faces on top. So come on, let's get started. Hi guys, so the first thing we want to do to make the models is we need to get some Trex or Crisco's, just a sort of vegetable fat, and a couple of bamboo sticks. So just make sure they feel good. Yep. That one just feels a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And what we want to do is just get your paintbrush, and what we're going to do is we want to just put a little hole roughly an inch apart. Now, of course, if you're making this straight onto the cake, then that's nice and easy because you just stick the bamboo straight in. If you're doing it in polystyrene, you don't. You have to put the tricks in to help get the sticks back out. They can be quite sticky sometimes, so just make sure it sits in nice. Again, just stick it in there. There's nothing worse when you come to transfer the model and it's actually stuck in there. So we just want to make sure there's plenty tricks in there, just to soften it up. Good. Oops, so just pop that back in there. Okay. Right, so what we want to do first of all is we're going to make the legs. We're going to work our way to the top of the body and then finish off making the head at the top, okay? Because we're doing it sort of more, it's unusual because it's like sort of cartoon style, then we don't have to worry about the proportions of the head to the body. We're just going to make it all as it goes. So what I thought would be really cute is to go for a wee cute kind of grey coloured suit. Now I'm just thinking actually if they were going to be standing, getting the photos taken, the legs probably wouldn't be wide apart when I think about it, so we might just bring them closer in, but let's just get the legs made first and we'll see how it looks once we stick it into the polystyrene. So just roll the paste down. Now we're going for sort of long, sort of skinny legs, because the skinny jeans are very in fashion, aren't they? So we're going to go for skinny trousers. So this is Saracino modelling paste that I'm using, and this is just some white paste with a little bit of black mixed through it, which you can actually tell because you can still see it's not quite mixed through, but we're just going to go for that look, aren't we? Slight marble. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that in half. Okay, so they're still way too thick, and there's a wee white mark there, so I'm going to cut that away. So you can use normal sugar paste to make these as well. Just put some CMC or Tylo powder into it first. And they normally say about 250 grams of CMC. 250 grams of sugar paste is about 1 teaspoon of CMC. Or thereabouts. There we go. Right, so that looks like a nice thin leg. So we just want to copy the same with this one. I've got two nice thin legs. Now you can use your cake smoothers to do this if you struggle to roll it nice and even. So we're almost there, just a little bit thinner. There we are. Good. Right, so what we want to do is we're going to cut, and just make sure you wrap up your paste to keep it from drying out. Okay, so inches wise, between 5 and 6 inches I would say. So if we go for 5.5, let's just go for 5.5 inches. There we go. Okay, and then we want to get our bamboo skewer. If you bring it to the edge of the table, so right to the edge so you can get your hand off the table, and all I want to do is just pop that in, and with the Trex being on the end, obviously it also helps for the bamboo to go through the paste. So it's been quite tough getting it through there. There we go. Now you can see that it's squished down, so of course we then just go back and just bring it back to shape. There we go. Okay, and then just repeat the process. So again in here, as you keep your fingers at the end of the bamboo, and you can actually feel it going through. Yeah, this bamboo is a bit firmer, so it's not as bendy, so that went through a lot easier. The first one was a bit more tricky. Okay, and then just keep on rolling it down until we get into roughly the same size. Now, one thing to bear in mind is when you're popping these into the cake, that looks fine. Make sure there's definitely enough bamboo stick. You don't want the bamboo only just sticking at the bottom like there, because they're going to fall off. So you've got to think in transportation when the customer's taking it home, or if you're delivering it. The last thing we want to do is get to the venue and it looks like your bride and groom it's the end of the night rather than the start of the night. They're lying flat on their backs. Okay, so that looks fine. Good, that's fine. Now I'm thinking if a bride and groom are standing next to each other, yeah, his legs aren't going to be like that. His legs are they? Did you? We trendy bride and groom. Yeah, actually, no. I think we could have it like that. That doesn't bother me actually, so that's fine. Okay, so what I want to do is just get my wee tools, my wee stitchy tool, and we just want to put a little bit of stitch down the side. Okay, to the bottom, and then a second one if you can manage. A bit wobbly, but it looks okay. And then this side as well. So you're actually sort of daydreaming when you're doing this. Oh, I've crossed over. No, there we go. It's fine. There we are. Okay, so if we get some black sugar paste, what we want to do is make little shoes, sorry, just to go on the bottom. Okay, so a little bit black. Roll it into a ball and then into a sausage. Some people have got the mini scales these days. They actually just weigh each piece rather than do this sort of using your eye, so that can work as well. Okay, and then we just want to roll it into a cone shape, like a pear. Now I'm just going to sit down for this. Okay, so press down. And then just hold it on its side, and we just want to put a little line like a sole on the bottom. Okay, that looks cute. The same on this one. Okay, just check they look matching. Yep, that looks fine. So again, just keeping it simple. And then if we get the glue, and then just pop a little bit of glue on the end. And then we just want to feed that all the way up. There we go, that's fine. Now you can see there it's too much sugar paste at the back, so just pop it back on the polystyrene, and then we can actually just trim off the excess. There you go. Perfect. Okay, and then the same here. Make sure when you're putting the shoes on, the seams are at the side. Okay, and then just place that in there. Like that. Good. And then the same thing again, just cutting off the excess. Good. So just using the tool just to round it off a little bit. Turn it around. Now, strangely, one shoe is looking bigger than the other one, which is weird. So I'm just going to take this off. Stretch it a little bit more. That looks better. Don't know how that had happened. Yeah, that's it now. Looks like he's wearing clogs now, so I need to just fix the back bit. I think I just squished one more than the other one. There we go. Now they've got polystyrene on them because it's this has got polystyrene coming from it, but don't worry about that. That'll get fixed once we get the glaze out. At the moment, one leg looks slightly longer than the other one. That's better. There we go. Cool. So there we go. So that's got the legs and these wee shoes on. So when we come back, we're going to move on to making his body. Okay, so let's move on to making the body now. So we're going to start off with white, because he's going to be wearing a white shirt. He's going to have a little sort of what's it called, a waistcoat, and of course then his jacket on top. So there'll be three layers. So you want to, rather than start off with flesh and then have to put lots of layers, we just miss the flesh out and go straight to the shirt colour. So again, Sarancino, and then just using your eye to do this. So just it's quite cold in here this morning, so I just warmed this space up, and now it's already went back to cold again. Okay. Right. Okay. So if you look at the size of the paste, we're going for long legs, short, small body. That's the sort of idea. So when I'm looking at that actually looks a bit fine, because we're going to model and shape it. Okay. So what I want to do first of all is where the rough bit is underneath there, leave that down there, put it in between your hands, and just slightly start to create a kind of cone shape. Okay, and what that's doing is it's allowing us to get the shoulders. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to press down. Okay, and then just sort of try and create the shoulders. So a little bit of shoulders, and then we're going to think of the waist comes in. There, so he's got his sort of chest, and then we're sort of rolling, stretching that down there, keeping it quite flat. So we've got that kind of upper body. Okay, and then once we've got a good shape, so he's got his little chest is sticking out, he's then got his six pack down here. That's what we're looking for. And also we want to just cut it short. Okay, so I think that's too shaped at the bottom there, so it's looking more like a female's body, so I just want it to go straight like a trunk, like that. That's it, that's better. Okay, so let's have a look. Yep, that's good. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to attach it onto the body. So about 1 inch, and just cut. And then get your glue. Alright, okay, and we want to pull these together. Okay, and then just press them down. Right, okay, that's actually still too big, that body. I'm not happy with that one. Okay, so I'm just going to take that back off again. Okay, and I just want to make it not as big. So I'm going to take more away from the top. I've made these chests too big. So see, I'm just stretching that up there. And while I'm doing it, you can see I'm just taking more and more away. Getting there. It's probably just a wee bit too. This is what I mean about using your eyes. So rather than me just saying use 40 grams, this is a good way to just learn to freestyle a little bit. Right. I'm not really wanting that neck there, but we'll just pop it on just to again see how it looks. Yeah, this leg's got a little bit of a bend on it, it's just strange, but... Okay, so I just turn it around that way so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm just going to press in, just to get a bit more shape. Yep, that's good. Right, I'm happy with that now. Good. Now I don't really want that neck there because we need to put his skin on there, so we take that away. Just modelling that up there. Just try to create his shoulders. Okay, so you can see there, like that. All right, so once we've got that on there, what we need to do is we need to put a little bit on for his neck. So we could do a wee cocktail stick. I'm sure I've got some hiding over here. Okay, so a little bit of glue up there. So this is just the flesh colour from Saraceno, or skin tone, I think they call it. So just roll a cone, like that, and then just get your knife and just look at the size, get a rough idea of how much space we've got. I just want to cut, and then just place that on the top. So it sticks out like that, and then get your cocktail stick, and then just spin. So I'm spinning that round. Now you can see my nails have got lots of black sugar paste in it, so it's not dirty nails, it's just sugar paste, modelling paste. Honestly. Okay, so you can see there just getting the flesh on there for his neck there. Alright, so we're getting there. So then what we want to do is we want to roll out a little bit, but I'm going to tidy up first actually. A wee tidy up, and then we come back, we're going to put on his waistcoat, his collar and his jacket. Okay, so what we want to do now, I've rolled out some paste, and we want to make a little waistcoat. Now, quite often you see the waistcoats and they've got like a wee pattern on them, so I thought it'd be quite nice. So I've rolled the paste out, You hardly see it, you only see like a little tiny little part of the waistcoat, but I just thought it'd be quite nice. Just put a wee pattern on. There we go. That actually went on very surprisingly well, apart from the fact it stuck to the table. There we go. Right. Okie dokie. So, we're now going to custom make our waistcoat. So what I like to do is, first of all, you want to cut it so it's in half. Okay, so now I do apologise, I've got a bit of noise in the background. Our radiators make so much noise in this room, but it's too cold not to have them on, so I do apologise. Right, so what I want to do is you want to hold your paste up to the body and just kind of shape it round, the shape of his body like that. Hold it there, and you get your tool at the back of the knife, and generally what happens is the waistcoats have got a little bit that comes down there, and then up here, about from the chest, up and round like that. Take that off. I'm going to use the knife to then cut. There we go. Now just use your tool. I'm going to start speaking very Scottish there. I was going to say use your tool. Use your tool, and then just up, and then we just want to hold that on there, and just see if that fits, and that fits there. Pretty perfect. Yeah, that's fine. So then what we want to do is we want to then flip it over and gently just obviously repeat the same design. So it's a very quick and easy way to get your tailored outfits. You think you can make templates, but the problem with the templates are everybody's going to be different if you're doing different styles. So it's easier doing it this way. So I'm going to press that on. Now if you think the only bit that's really going to be seen is a tiny bit, because the jacket's going to be hiding most of it. So I'm going to cut probably about there. I'm going to cut most of that off. So that's all we need. Pop that on there. Okay, and then a little bit of glue. Go. Hopefully we've not lost too much of the print by pressing back and forth. My goodness, my hands are so cold today. Right. Okay, so we want to just find that looks nice there. I'm just going to press it up to there. That's fine, and do the same on the other sides before I press it down properly. Oh, look at that, the pattern just matches perfectly. It's like a little robot. Okay, and then once you've got that sort of pressed down, just start to mould it round. There we go. There we are. Oh, look at that wee waistcoat. Is that not beautiful? There we go. Perfect. Alright, so that's the waistcoat on. So then what we want to do is we want to get his, make a little collar for the top. So just using the paste that we've got here, it's just, I don't want a pattern on it, so I'm just going to squish it down. Oh my goodness, my hands are so cold. Can use a bit bigger. So this week they've said that the temperature in Scotland by the end of the week is to be colder than Mount Everest. It just shows you how cold it is. So it looks like it's been snowing outside. Maybe the cameraman can whiz round so you can see this. It looks like it's been snowing, but that's actually just frost. We've not had any snow. I think it was minus 12 in Glasgow yesterday. Off the cold. You think we'd be used to it by now, being Scottish, but we moan about it every year. Okay. So, oh no, don't put the glue on first. That was a mistake. We want to check it first to make sure it's the right size. So I've rolled out the modelling paste. It's relatively thick, so it's got a nice chunky feel about it. Okay, and if you just imagine the collar when it comes round, it's going to be a little bit of an angle, like that. Okay, and then just lift that up. Actually, we can just go straight on with it, what am I saying? Okay, so what I want to do is just give it a slight rounded finish, the edge there. and then just slightly buff it. Just give it a nice clean finish. Beautiful. Right, and then just up here with the glue. And then we just want to add the collar on round. Oops. Well, that's too big. Oh, it's going to be a bit a little bit too chunky. Okay, so just take some off. I've forgotten what side's what. How's that happen? I think it should be that way. Okay, I need to just trim that to make it a little bit more sharper. Okay, I've got confused, but that'll do. It's easily done. Let's see if we can just get this to work. Okay, so just press that on there and then just wrap that around. There we go. Just going to trim a little bit off there. Okay, there we are. Okay, that looks good, like that, okay. And then we want to do a nice tie. So I was thinking, sometimes we do like a ruche, I think it's called, like a little, or you can just do a normal tie. So I think I always go for the ruche, but we're going to go for a tie. And it's going to be a nice pink, nice bright pink fuchsia tie to match the bridesmaids, because they're fuchsia pink. Okay, so a wee tiny little bit of glue down there. Okay, so just soften up the paste and then roll it out. Oops. Okay, so it's got to come right down to his waistcoat. So if you just do a slight tapered shape like that, and if we lift it up and just sort of get an idea of the size. Alright, okay, so I can see the size there, so I want a wee cross there, there, that's fine. So you can see it's really cool the way we do this, it's just all custom made. Okay, so let's just see. Perfect. And then we just want to cut off the excess there. Good. Oops. I can see some fingerprints on my paste there, so I'm just trying to get rid of that. Okay, and now we want to just make the wee tie, the knot, where the knot would happen. So if you just pop a little bit of glue on there, and then just get a wee, oops, like a wee ball. Yep, so it's more rounded, slight overly rounded ball. And just place that on top, pressing it down a little bit. And then if we just get a wee tool and just put a few wee lines like that. So look, there we go, always looking nice. There we go, so there, that's just got the waistcoat. Now of course we could put buttons on there, but the idea is his jacket's going to come over there and hide that. Alright, I'm looking at the wrong camera, there you are. Okay, so I'll have a wee quick tidy up, and then when we come back, we're then going to put on his jacket. Okay, so now we're going to move on to putting the jacket on. So the same thing as before, we want to sort of get a rough idea of the sort of size. So if we just get the knife, and I'm just going to sort of down there, we want it to be about there. That's fine, so just give me about that, okay. Again, cut it in half. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to lift it up. And the same idea, just place it on there and then wrap it around. Now, just so I know how much I've got there, I've got too much to hold on to, so I'm just going to take that down. Okay, lift it up. So what we're looking for is to sort of join up to the waistcoat, come around. So I'm going to hold it on there like that so I can get to see it. And what I want it to do is sort of, at the waistcoat, we want it to kind of curl round like that. I want to open it up and see where then I want it to go there. So around there. I almost stuck my tongue out there, I haven't done that for a long time. There we go. Right, okay. So once we can see where design we want to go, we just want to... Now sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't work, so we'll just see. Because we've got more... what's the word I'm trying to say? We're getting a bit tighter with the design, so you've got less room for movement. So we've got to fit it on top of here. So if we just place that on there, like so. Sorry dear, just a bit there. And then that's going to come up around there. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so what we can do is take that off. Now, of course, if you're going to be making lots of models, then what you could do, and they're all going to be roughly the same size, is make your little template. Where are you? I keep forgetting which camera I'm looking at. Make your little template, and that'll just save a bit of time. But as I say, I make everything all different, so I just make them bespoke. But of course, if you've got a busy cake shop, you want to make life as easy as possible, then by all means make your templates. Okay. Right, okay. To tell you it was cold in here. You're sat there in your bed, on your iPad, snuggled in, all nice and warm, and I'm freezing. There we go. I like to freak people out when I do that. Oh my god, you can see me. There we are. Turn it around. Right, so that's all nice and glued up. So just go around, just got a few marks there. Right, so we just like to lift it up, go across, but to just see the waistcoat at the top and at the bottom there, and then just pressing that on, and then just see. What I don't want to do, I'm going to just clean my hands there. I don't want to stretch the waistcoat down. I just want to keep that nice shape there. So if we can't stretch it all the way around, sometimes what we've got to do is just trim some excess off. There we go, that's fine, that's working out. Okay, maybe it wasn't a good idea to wet the other side because it's getting my hands all sticky, but there we go. Right, and now I'm going to put the other side on. Okay, so just the same thing again, all the way up, try and balance it out if you can. Okay, there we go. I'm going to try and bring that down a wee bit further on that side. There we go. Good. And that's just moved a wee bit, so I need to just bring it up. There we go. That's better. Now it definitely looks like he's been working out in the gym. Okay, and then turn it around. And obviously we're going to have a join at the back here, so just knife down there, right down his back. Whoops, watch his manhood. There we go. And round this side. And you can actually feel the join there. So if I just hit the knife and then just cut down there, bring that together. And then if you get a wee pair of scissors, you could just cut that. I'm just going to have to use my finger because I've not got any to hand. Just watch your fingers. There we go. It's fine. Of course, you can make little tails because that's sometimes they've got little morning tails, haven't they, at the back there? So that looks all right. Yeah. Okay, around there. And then how do we fix the top bit? So the top bit, we want to make sure it looks nicer from the front. So we fold that back on itself, like that, and go around here. Try and stretch it round. Actually, we're not going to be able to do it that way, so right now, oops. So we need to just do that straight up the way and just cut. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is just stretch that over and just cut off the excess again. There we go. So around here, just there. That was a wee bit tricky, but we got there. Right, okay. So what we've got to do now is once we've actually got the jacket made, we need to then sort of put on all the wee things, what they're called, like is it the lapels or all the bits to make it look a bit more jacket-like. So if we just scrunch this up. Okay, so if I just cut, again, 2 bits the same size, cut it in half. Alright, so the same thing again. So just on there, I'm going to bring it up so I get the right size, and then I just want to cut there, like that, and then we want to then cut the wee bit out like that, and then see if you use a larger knife you can cut a longer straight bit like that. Okay, there we go, and I just obviously flip that over and do the same again. Okay, and then just cut. Okay, oh, nice. Right, so just a little bit of glue down there. Okay, and then we just want to place that on there, like that. Now what I'm going to do there is just, I'm so glad I trimmed this body down, or it would have been hugely, like as if it was the Hulk inside. I'm balancing out the wee crossover bit there first and foremost, and then I'm just going to fix this wee bit at the bottom here. Don't know how I managed to get that so squint. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and now what we can do is put little pockets in. So just cut a wee strip, a wee thin strip, and then we can do little pockets. I think on there. Just popping it on there like that. Oops, just try and get it even. And you can just do a wee line. Yeah. And then one on the other side. I should have measured it before I put it on. Okay, I'm going to take that off again. No, I need to leave that one on. Doesn't look right. Well, I'm looking at a picture of a jacket and it's got two one side and one the other side. Maybe that is normal. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. It doesn't feel right. I'm looking for the symmetry, but we don't have to worry about that. Okay, right, and then before we finish this jacket, all I want to do is a wee button. So imagine the wee button, a wee sort of crease where the button would be, and a wee bit of glue, and then the button, and there. Oops. Still on the big side. Let's make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Wee button, and of course you'd have a wee pocket up here for these flower to go in. So we can just mark a little line there, and we'll put wee flowers there to match later on as well. Alright, so I think that's definitely got a nice look. Yep, that's good. Alright, so when we come back, we're going to move on and do his arms, and we might put these wee flowers in there as well, which then leaves us just the head to do. Okay, so now we're going to move on to making the arms. So I've got the paste here. Okay. So while we're making the arms, what's quite good practice is just to get a wee bit of glue, and of course just pop a little bit of glue on there just to have something to stick onto. Okay, and then we just want to soften up. Well, soften up if it's really cold outside. I've actually got Greg behind me, and he's on his computer, and he's actually got his winter jacket, scarf, and his gloves, and he's typing with his gloves on, which is actually working quite well, so you can't hear him typing. Okay. Okay, so rolling that down. Okay, and then you see I've slightly tapered it, so you just want to taper them down. Okay. There we go. And just check the size. Okay, so if you think that your arms come down roughly to the end of the jacket, so if we go there and just put a wee mark. Same on this side. Good. Okay, now I just realised I've not got my big tool set out. Okay, so we just get the cone tool, or any pointy tool actually, and then all I want to do is just pop the cone in there and just and just soften off the edges a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to then flatten down the end. So just so he's not got big shoulder blades like that. There we are. The same size, good. Okay, and now obviously we're going to bend, it's going to bend that way, and then bend that way. Good. So if we just get a lot of flesh, okay, I've got enough there for about 5 hands. So a ball into a sausage. Okay, and then you want to make it into a cone. Okay, like that. Okay, so and then just press down. Okay, and then just get your wee knife and you just want to cut like a sort of triangle shape. And take that away, and then just soften off the edges, and then you just want to do 1, 2, 3, and the same this side. Okay, soften off the edges, and then 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, keeping it very simple. So all we want to do is just push back the fingers a little bit, and that's all we need, is like that. Okay. Okay, and then the same with this one, just push it back a little bit. There we are. Alright, okay, so left, right, so just remember you get the right side. So this one's going in there, so it means it's this one. And it just goes, it just slots in there. You get your wee arm in your hand. Okay, good. Okay, so over to the model, and what we want to do is just give the hand a slight bend. You can always just use your wee tool just to put a few wee creases in where the where it be bending, and then we just want to place that on there like that. Okay, same on the other side. So a slight bend, a few wee creases. Okay, and then just pop that on there like that. Now, I think he might be holding hands with his wife. So this one, once we get the bridesmaid, then they'll be holding hands, but it should stay flexible enough that we can lift it up so they can hold hands. Okay, so there we are. So just keeping the arms quite nice and simple. So I'm going to quite tidy up, and then when we come back, we're going to move on to making his head. Okay, so now we're going to move on to making his head. So if you just get a ball of paste, I normally say around about 40 grams is roughly the right amount, and just take it up there. So the head looks too big, okay, but at the time we actually shave it and make it all, you'll take some of that off again. So you just always just sit it on and get a rough idea. So that looks too big, but at the time, as I say, by the time we shape it, it will be fine. Okay, so just soften this up. Okay, and the ball. Now remember, when you're making models, try and wear cotton, sort of not black colours, nice and light colours, because it just picks up so much bits of ooze. And I've still managed to pick up lots of ooze. Excuse me. Okay, so I want to have quite a long, slightly pointed face, so I'm going to just press it ever so slightly like that. Okay, and then just get your paintbrush, and in the middle we want to press down, press back and forward. Okay, and then you just get a paintbrush, and we just want to, okay, like that, and then just back and forward. Okay, I'm just going to hold this up to the camera just so you can see there. Okay, like that. Yep. Okay, so then once we've done that, what we want to now do is, now just watch them not push down too far into this. Right, I'm pretty much in the middle of the paste here. Don't press too far down or it'll be frowning, a big frown. So just a nice little, like that, okay? Now what I want to do is make it into Darth Vader, because that's what it kind of looks like at this stage, okay? So I want to get your 2 fingers, and we want to push against the lower part. So where the wee ramp was, at the lower part, just right on there, push down, don't go down too far, or the nose will be down where the mouth should be. And then once you've got to there, you want to put 2 fingers there, and get your other finger and push up. And what we're doing is creating a bump for the nose, and it looks like Darth Vader, so I call it the Darth Vader section, okay? Once we've got that there, we've got a really nice big bit of paste here, and just, if you're worried about the drying out, just kind of give it a wee soften up, and then just get your paintbrush, okay, or you can just give it a wee soften, and then just roll like that, up, and do that all the way around. So what we're trying to do here is create a little button nose, okay? Now I'm going back round and just keeping it soft. Okay, I go back round again, and I'm just creating that little cute little button nose. Don't try and create the arch of the nose at the moment. Okay, so just continue and just keep bringing this wee nose. Now what I want to do now is I want to just give it a wee pinch, and now that I've got a little sort of button nose, I just want to then make it a slightly triangle shape. Okay, it's quite hard to see because it's obviously all the same colour. Okay, and at any point you feel that you're losing shape, you can always just go back and just add a bit more detail. Okay, now what I want to do is put the nostrils. So I've got a wee pointy tool here, it's like a wee soft tip, and we just want to put the nostril in like that. Okay, and a tool that I call my tucky tool. We're going to get this, and what we're going to do is we're going to go round the side and just smooth that away. Okay, and you can see here we've got the start of a wee nose. Okay, now we've not got the bridge part, but we're going to do that next. So if you get a ball tool and a bone tool, and what I want to do now is I want to just start here, and I'm going to press down, and I'm going back and forward, and what I'm doing, I'm starting to push the sugar or the modelling paste together in the middle, and bring the ball tool all the way down, and you can see what happens. We actually start to see the bridge. Okay, give it a wee soften. Then you can go with the bone tool once you've found the bridge, and then what we can do here is just go back and forward, go a little bit deeper, right down to the nose. Okay, just make the ball a little bit bigger, and just always remember to go back down the sides. Now watch you not make it too deep up there, not a hugely deep eye socket. Okay. There we are. Alright, so there we go. So we've now got the bridge of the nose. We've got the nose. What we want to do is we want to do the smile, okay? Or the mouth, should I say. Okay, so if you just get your tool, just a wee pointy tool, and if you just mark down from the nostrils, and you just want to go down almost to the size of the nose, the ball bit. So over the ball is, go down that size and then on. So the ball and then on, so like that. And it's like a sort of triangle shape. So sort of angled out and angled out. Then if you just get your knife and a slight smile, but not too much, round there, and then just put your knife underneath and pull that sugar paste up, or the modelling paste should I say. Just pull it up and then use your tucky tool to go underneath and then just pull it up even more. Now I'm actually going right underneath the nose. It's not just the lips, I'm actually going right under the nose. So it's the whole, not just a wee lip that I'm pulling up, it's the whole thing. Okay, that feels good. And then all we want to do now is we want to just create a little bit of a lip. So all I'm doing here is using your finger, you can go against it and just press against the bit you've just pulled up, and that actually creates like a lip. And if you can't do it that way, what you can do is just use the back end of the tucky tool and then just go around and just flatten down a little bit more on the sides there. Okay, and that's all I want to do. Okay, and then what we want to now is just put wee lines down the side from the nose, and wee side down there. That's fine. And then of course we want to find, now I'm just wanting to finish this lip, it doesn't look quite right. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then the wee bit in the middle of the lip. So just put your tool in and then just press down. There we go. And there we are, this has got our top lip. And then for the bottom lip, if you just get another wee bit of paste, and I just like to add the bottom lip. Okay, so a little ball, just make it into a rugby ball shape and just hold it next to it and see the size. Now that's a bit on the big side, so I'm just going to take that smaller. Okay, that's better. Place that if you can. Oops. There we go. Now if you just nudge that up ever so slightly and then just get your tool and just push that in at the sides. Push that one at the sides there, and there we go. And you can see here we've got our wee lips. Okay, as easy as that. Okay, so now if you want to put extra lines, you could put another wee line down there just to highlight the mouth a bit more. There we go. Right, I'm happy with that. That looks good. Nice lips. Okay, so then what we want to do, this is the fun part. If you get your paintbrush, we want to, because he's had a few cupcakes. We need to just sort of give him a bit of a plastic surgery on his face, and just make this face look a little bit less chubby for his wedding day. So what we want to do is bring the tool around. So imagine the ears there. Oops, at the back there. So that's the ear there. We want to, if I just draw a wee line just to sort of show that it might be easier. Can you see that line, David? Yep. So you've got that little line there, and what we want to do is just push the tool in and sort of bring it round and down. Do the same on the other side. So from where the ears will be, bring it round like that. Now once you've done that, you can just roll down the paste. Okay, and the same here, I forgot to do the chin, so a little bit round there as well. Okay, and down there, and then just get your knife and you can go in and you can cut away the excess. Now, once you've cut away the excess, you can see here, we're left with a big bit there. The reason why I do that is sometimes the chin gets pushed down with all the work that we're doing. So if you hold the back of the head and the bottom of the head and just kind of pull it, you can actually stretch that round to bring that out, and it's got a better shape. Once you've done that, just get your knife and then just cut away. There we go. Okay, So you can see here we've definitely got more nicer shape. So what I want to do now is just start to shape a bit more cheekbones, make it a bit more pointy. Okay, so I'm just pressing in. Okay, and a bit more of the chin. Okay. Okay. Don't want to give him too big a chin. Just try to see if that's too. Maybe just take a wee bit more of that chin away. If only it was that easy in real life. Oh, that looks better. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Okay. So once we've done that, you can see the back's a bit of a mess. So I'm just going to try and tidy that up a little bit. There we go, and I can just set that back down on the table. Sometimes at this stage you can put a wee flower former, which just sort of stops it from moving around so much, but I'm just going to keep it there. Okay, I think we'll have a wee rest because that's quite intense, and then we can come back, we shall continue with his little face. Okay, so here we go. So now we're going to put the eyes on, so a little bit of glue. Just pop it into these little sockets, and then you get a little bit of white, which is called bianca in Italian, which I didn't realise. There we go. You learn something new. Is it bianca? Yeah, it is. Here you go. Right. Okay. I think of Bianca and Ricky when I say that. Okay. Right. Okay, and then we just want to cut a wee bit. Make it smaller, and then just pop that there, like that. Oops. There we go. Okay, so once you've got that in place, just get your bone tool, and then we just want to press down and just get the eye into shape, okay? So just back and forward, you can change the size, make it a bit smaller, and just rub back and forward. Okay, so once we're happy, that looks alright. Yep, that's good. We want to I'm just going to shape these lips a wee bit more. Make them a wee bit smaller. That's better. Okay, if you've been pressing too much, sometimes just go back and reshape things. Okay, so now we want to grab some alcohol, a little cup, paint palette, and I've got my colours already out here. Okay, now I'm just going to pop some water in there. There we go. And that's really just to clean the brush. Now, oh yeah, sorry, I'm so disorganised, sorry. What am I doing? Okay, get my Smirnoff glass out. Okay, paint brushes. So we're looking for a 0 or a 00. Okay, let's just see. It's probably a 00. Yep. Look, is there anything? Oh, that one looks good. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. What's that? That's a 0, right? Because once I find a brush that I really like, I use it for all the colours for doing the eyes and the makeup, because you just give it a wee wash out in the water. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go on with the brown. It's going to have nice big brown eyes. So pop some brown in there, and the alcohol. Oops, that was way too much. I need to get a wee pipette for the alcohol. Okay, so just okay, All I want to do is just paint a circle for the eyes. And so just get your paintbrush, and we just draw. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just, and it's touching the bottom of the white of the eye, okay? So it's not in the middle, because that can make them look a bit spaced out, and we want them just to be with it for his wedding day. If you find it hard to do that way, turn it sideways. And it's going to be hard for all the cameras to be. I'm so close to this model, so I'm just painting a little circle. If you find it really hard to paint, you've got really shaky hands, just cut out little circles of sugar paste and pop them on. And then back on again. I'm just going to make these a little bit bigger. That's better. That's better, it was just looking a bit small. Okay, so like that. Okay, and then alright, that's good. Let me just do a wee bit more dark on the left hand side there, so I'm going to just pop a little bit more colour on there. There we go. So I just wash out the brown, and I get some of the black. These are all rainbow dusts that I've got here. Well, and I've got one sugar mill one, but mainly rainbow dusts. So a tiny bit of black, which is it's actually quite a dark brown, so you're not really going to see the black too much. And try and just control that. Now you can, I'm using 96% alcohol, but you can use vodka, it's fine, or even just water, to be honest. It's just I like it to dry fast. Okay, as I say, you're not really going to see this because it's so dark. Okay, and then the same on that side. Okay, so that's that done. Again, wash the brush out. Got a wee tea towel here. And then, of course, going from black to white is not the best, but hey ho. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do now is just put a little white dot on in the edge between the black and the brown, which you can hardly see. Just going to thin down that white a little bit, just a wee bit too intense. So I'm just dabbing some water over the top, just to sort of reduce that a little bit. Okay, so once we've got that on there like that, what we want to now is I'm going to go back to black. And what I do is I just paint on my hand to sharpen up the end of the paintbrush, to make it really pointy. And this is a wee tricky bit here. Okay. Okay, and what I want to do is, it's going to be again hard for the camera to see what I'm doing here, is just going to go in and round, and you see that I'm just underlining the eye. Okay, so it's a little black. It just kind of gives the eye a bit more detail, it makes it stand out. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So just starting from under the pupil round. Now that one didn't go on very well, okay, so I was doing it too fast. So when that happens, that's good. I can show you how to fix it. Just get water, not the alcohol, and just go underneath and just take it away with the water. There we go. Now I'm getting a wee flash at the end there, but I'm not actually bothered about that because that actually looks quite nice. Okay, so just take that away. Can you give your brush a really good clean again, and go back under again, and just clean that away. Oops, that's not good. I just put a mark there. There we are. So I'm going to leave that side just now to let it dry, and I'm just going to continue with his right eye. So I want to go in and above the eye and just paint a little black line around there. Okay, and I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. So I'll try and do the top first this time. Make sure you've got a nice point to your paintbrush. Okay, I'm going to try and go underneath again. Still a wee bit on the pale side, so there we go, that's much better. There we go, good. Now I've got a wee flick at the side there, so I'm going to just try and get a wee bit of a flick more of that side just to balance it out. That looks good. Okay, good. Right, okay, we're getting there with the eyes. So now what I want to do is do his eyebrows. So I think we'll just stick with brown. Okay. So with the eyebrows, with a female I just draw a little, like a little semicircle, but with the man I just do lots of little strands for the hair, okay? Like that. Now apparently you never get two eyebrows the same, so that's the rule for Sugarcraft as well. They're twins, they're just not identical twins. I think that's what somebody was telling me the other day there. Okay, that looks fine. I'm just going to add a bit more depth to this side. There we go. Oh yay, there we go. Good, good, good. Okay, so we're getting there. So now what I have to do is I've got a dusky pink, it's a very pale pink. So we need to give some rosy cheeks, and we need to give little lips. So I'm just going to get my larger brush for the cheeks. So if we just get the number 6 brush, take off the excess, or just dab it in there actually. And I just want to give them wee rosy cheeks. Maybe a little bit on the nose, and some on this brow. It just adds a little bit of warmth, not too much in the nose, that could look wrong. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, and then sometimes what I do is I just give a little bit of brown powder just above the eyes. You don't want to put eyelashes too much because I think it looks too feminine. So just obviously, even men have eyelashes, but sometimes it's better I just find it just to put a little bit of brown dust up there. Just give that a wee blow there. Okay, you're not supposed to blow on your models, but you just a wee healthy blow, just to. That's it. There we are. That's fine, I don't want to do any more. Okay, and a little bit of alcohol for the pink now. So we want to paint his lips. Nice healthy pink lips. I'm just going to use that brush. No, get a different brush. I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush, so this is a 1. Okay, I've watered it down quite a lot. I do want it to be quite pale, the lips. Okay, so just painting, too much. Okay, that's better. Whoa, that wasn't a good one, Paul. It's got far too big. I've just taken the end off my paintbrush. That's what happens when you leave it in water too long. Okay, I'm just going to wash that away. I'm going to have to pick these lips up, actually. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. He's going to have his goatee beard on anyway, so you're not going to see much of it. That's better. Okay, and then just a little bit of pink underneath. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That definitely gives him a nice warmth. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pop the ears on, and then we'll pop him onto his body, and then we'll have a wee break, and then we come back. We're going to do his hair and his paint on his beard. His stubble, his designer stubble. So if you get your paintbrush and a little bit of glue there. Now I can't use that skin there because it's picked up some of the black from the table. Or it could be from my hand actually. Okay, so just very small amount of paste. A little ball into a sausage. Cut that in half. And all I want to do is make a wee cone shape. So take that off and just make a cone. Put your finger on its side and you get a wee cone, okay? And then just lift it on and pop it on the side. And then the same with the other piece. Little cone. And pop it on the side. And then if you get the little bone tool, put your finger at the back and then just put the small ball, should I say, oops. And the idea is that's not stuck on, that's why. Oops, okay. Like that, and then using the end of the paint, just push it in there and it gives a little ear, like that. So I'll try and do the same on this side. So a little ball in there, and then just push that in there, like that. Okay, and there we go. So now one ear looks slightly further back than the other one. Yep, that one's too far back, so I'm just going to pull that off. Put it on again. Okay. How's that? Oh. Look different, but I think we can just get away with it no more. Yeah. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so we're going to pop them on and then we can have a wee break after that. Now I think that's these next two tall, so I'm just going to take some of that away there. There we are. Okay, and then let's get the glue. Okay, and we want to lift his wee head up. Okay, I think that spaghetti's too, cocktail sticks too long. There we are. Good, that's fine. Right, okay, so that's good. So that ear's annoying me now because it looks completely different from that side. I'm going to try and stretch it a bit bigger. Make that one. There we go. Right, okay, we're looking good. Yep, that's fine. Now I can see some little fingerprints, so if you just give it a little brush, you can take away some fingerprints. Okay, so a little break and then we come back. We're going to paint his sort of designer stubble on, and then of course finish off with his hair. Okay, so now we're going to move on to painting his sort of little designer stubble. So what we want to do now is actually let's just start off with his little moustache. So you can see I'm just trying to dab it on. Now this, I should just change to water here because I want to dry that quickly, the brown. Okay, so around there. Down the sides. Okay, and then of course you get the little triangle bit. Oops. There we go. Okay, and then we want to come down here. And down this side. Now I can't really see the balance here, so I'm really hoping I've got the shape right. Just try to give it a little bit more of a stubbly feel. There we go. So it's just a little bit too neat that side. I'm just going to jag this side, so that's better. So we've got on the thick side now. Okay, just went from a stubble to a bit of full beard. So I've loaded my brush too much, so I'm going to have to just go for a full beard. Never mind. See? Now one side looks really funny, and the other side looks very straight, so I'm going to have to just try and make this side a little bit more furry. Yep, that's better. Fine, good. Yep. Now I'm going to bring this bit down a little bit as well. That looks better. There we go. Lovely. Now I get the feeling I should have a little bit of eyelash. It just doesn't feel right. So I want to get a small paintbrush. Where is my wee one? I'm just going to give him a little eyelash, which is a bit risky when he's up high, but I just feel it needs to be okay, and then just okay, that was terrible. That was really out of control. Now I need a little bit of tissue. 2 seconds. Dry his eyes. Right. Hopefully that's not going to be too. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm just going to try and just tail the edge of these little eyelashes. So look, I'm going to make these a little bit more messy this side because that didn't work very well. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we get rid of that. Just all right. Good. Right. Okay. That was a bit tough. So you can see I made a few mistakes that side. I just balanced it out and it seems to have worked okay. Right. Okay. So now what I want to do is get the hair on. And also we want to make this back bit. So it's a very real looking egg-shaped head actually he's got. Okay, so I've got this brown. This is actually, I wanted to make it a little bit darker. It was a bit on the light side, so I just put brown with a little bit, tiny little bit of black into it. It's made it quite a nice colour. Okay, so all I want to do is just get your strands and make little cones. They're all different sizes, okay? Sometimes you're actually better just getting out a sausage and then just cutting it up. Just as random as possible. Because it's cold, the hands are quite dry. Just kind of sliding a bit more. Okay. Okay. I need more than that. Okay, so just cut some more up. Try and be random, it's quite hard sometimes, end up at all the same size. Okay, good. Right, okay, so once we've got what kind of looks like droppings from an animal, we want to then texture them just to make them look a bit more hair-like. Oh my goodness, I can't see the tool. How can there be no tool in there? You want the wee shell tool? Oh, there it's there, is it? No, it's not. It's funny that they all end up in the same doodah. So what I want to do now is just get the tool and just marking it and just brush the hair. Okay, like that. And what's quite good, this is all still the modelling paste, so it starts to slightly firm up. Now the more you put the strands onto, I mean I used to do the hair just the big strand, but it's just one piece of hair. But when you do this, you actually, it looks like you've got lots of strands. Oops. Oops. And then while we're doing this, obviously I've already wet the head, so it means it's going all tacky. So it means this here should hopefully just stick on quite easily. Alright. Okay. Okay, so just turn them around. Can you see that alright, Greg? So we start off with the sideburn first. So I want to get the hair on and stretch that up and down there like that. Okay, and I'm looking for one that's going to be quite similar for the other side. So pop that on. It's also got to touch his the top of his beard, so it all joins up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten. Kind of the tops are a bit on the fat side, so I'm actually going to, when I was holding on to this paste, I'm going to flatten that down, just because it's going to end up with a big head. His head's already quite big. If I've got a small head, sometimes I make the top of the hair sort of wider, bigger, so it makes the head look bigger. But he's already got quite a big head. Okay, and what I want to do now is I just want to go round and just place the hair on around the sides. Now when you get round here, just if you put one, sort of do it that way, and then you can put a wee one in there to hide the gap. So that way. Like so. And around here. Okay, and then the wee gappy ones, sometimes you just got to add a little bit more glue. And then just cut out a funny shape. So we just cut like a V shape for that to fit into like there. And that just goes in there. Like that, good. And actually this wee bit I've just cut off. Just place a bit in there, and of course you can just use your tool just to input the lines. Alright, oh, we've got a wee sneaky one there, so again just cut a V shape. There, like so. There we go, that's fine. Alright, good, and then, as I say, you can get your tool and you can go round and you can just mark that off. Alright, good, looking good, oh yes. Okay, now he's got a bit of a bald head up the top, so we just want to make sure that when we're putting the hair on, it comes right from the back forward. We don't want any angry grooms on the phone on the Monday after the wedding. Okay, so just place the hair on and stretching it over. If you want, you can even stretch the sugar paste to get, because it need to be now a little bit longer than I was hoping for. Okay, and then just, there we go. So we're just covering up, we're making him younger. He's went from old to young. Okay, and then, now that I know the back's covered up, I can then turn it around. Oh, look at that. It's almost finished. You trendy man, look at that. So that looks okay just like that. I think we can do another one on top. Actually, I think that looks quite nice just like that. I'm actually tempted not to do any more because I think I quite like it like that. So I'm just going to add some more lines here. And some more lines here. I think sometimes less is more, and I think that works quite well. Okay, so the only thing that we need to do before we move on to making his bride is we need to make some leaves, some foliage. Okay, so we just get a little bit green first, and what we want to do is make a wee ball and a cone. Okay, and just press that down in the middle, cut it in half, and there we go, we've got a little leaf there. And the flowers will go somewhere in here. Like so. Okay. And if you just roll and just do a wee curled up rose. Oops. There we go, so we do one. This one a wee bit thicker, that one looks quite small. There we are. There. Good. There we are. He's got his wee corsage, it's called, or something like that. There we go. Perfect. There we go. So we just need a little bit of glazing, and we need a little bit of dusting at the very end. We add a little bit of gold shimmer to his waistcoat, just to bring a bit of jazz to him. But we'll do that at the end once we've actually got the bride made. Okay, so I'm going to tidy up, and when we come back, we're going to make the misses. Okay, so what we want to do is just get some more white and just soften it up. And what we're going to do is just roll this out. Nice big long stretch piece so we can get a good length. Okay, and then just I've got here, it's an FMM cutter, and it's like a little frill one, okay, and what I want to do is push down, okay, and then just take that away. And we just want to cut a few of them out. Okay, that one I just didn't leave enough bit at the top. I can still use it, but you better give yourself a wee bit of a gap, a couple of mils gap, just to make it easier. Like that one. Right, now I'm going to need a sponge that's just behind Greg, so hopefully he can grab one for me, maybe a white one. That'd be great. See, just over there, Greg, see the blue and white ones? Yeah, white one, please. Thank you. Okay. Now I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, so then what I want to do is bring it across to the sponge. This is probably quite a dirty sponge, but we'll see if we can use it. And we want a contour tool. Okay, and all I want to do is we just want to frill the edges, okay? Okay, and just get it nice and frilled at the end. Okay. Right. So we're going to start at the top. I've already put some glue on. Just made it quite tacky. Put more on at the bottom. So if we just cut maybe just 2 to start with. Okay. And we just want to place that on all the way around. Oh, why am I doing that? I can't believe I just did that. Where did that come from? Start at the bottom, work your way to the top. That's what happens. My mind's crossed over onto thinking of it in the next tutorial, rather than actually what we're doing right now. Right, okay. Right, so, start again. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to place it on the bottom there. Okay. Now, it might be nice just to give it a little bit of a pinch. Let's just see if that works. Yep. So just pinching the top of the wee pleaty bit. Like so. It's fine. And then get the next one. And all I want to do is repeat that process all the way to the top. Of course, she's got quite long legs, so we've got quite a bit of length to go. Now, I suppose we could just do a spiral, because this is quite a long piece. So we could just wrap it round and round and round to the top, which I think might actually look quite nice. Now, I'm just going to try the ball tool and see if I can just get a little bit more of a curl on this. Yep. So that one's got a crumb in it, so I don't want to use that one. Right, so let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to try over the top. So as I'm going round, I'm just pinching it as it goes around. The reason I'm pinching it is just to try, hopefully, to give body, so the next bit that goes on top has more body. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, that's definitely got the look that I'm looking for, the desired look. Okay, so what we've got to do is you've got to use the cone first of all, just to sort of flatten down, and then the ball tool just to give it a wee frill. Okay. There you go. Okay, and then just starting from the back, touching that on. And then again, I'm just pinching as I go around, just trying to get as many little pinchy bits as possible. Yep, that looks really nice. Loving that. Alright, so you can see I've got quite a lot to get to the top. So I'll get busy, I'll get to the top, and then when I come back, we move on to making the upper body, the bodice. Okay, so now we're going to move on to making the bodice. So I've got some white paste here, so you want to just grab some white, soften it up. Okay, and then just a little ball. So of course we want to make her quite petite, not too big, because obviously he's got quite a big upper body. So I really do want to make sure that she's not the same. Let me cut that there. So hold that there. So that's still quite big, but we'll start off with this. So first of all, we want to start off with finding our waist, which is going to connect onto there. Okay, so we've got the waist, make it nice and thin, okay? And then what we want to then do is start to pinch up and create the chest, so. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that away. Okay, I'm going to put a wee hole through here. Start it off, and I've got a big stick here, bamboo stick. And you feed that through, and I want to pop this on just now, before I go any further, just to have a look to see what this actually looks like on size-wise. Okay, so I need to cut some more off the bottom bit there, so I'm just going to lift that up. Okay, put that down there. Yeah, so you can see there that's definitely finishing off that shape, so I'm happy with that. And then we want to just get a bit more shape there, so I'm going to take that back off again. Okay, and then just pinch here for the bust. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to cut diagonally down like that, okay? And then I just want to get a ball tool and carefully I just want to give myself a little socket here, just to create for the skin to go on. And then because it kind of goes down, it goes down that way, doesn't it, with the arm? That feels good. Okay, so you can see it like that. Alright, okay, so just cutting in like that. That's good. So I'm going to just lay that down. It's quite plain, but we can jazz it up. And then we want to add the skin. So I want to put a little bit of glue inside here. And then just while we're making this up, it'll be getting sticky. I do struggle doing this part. So hopefully we can get this looking alright. She's got a wee birthmark there, just take that away. Okay, and then just pinching down. See size, yep, that's good, we're getting there. Okay, and then of course we need to do that, we need to do a bit of a shape, so it comes further down at the back. Let's just see. Nope. So what I did there was there wasn't enough chest area. It was almost like her dress was going right up to her neck, which wasn't the plan. So let's try that again. What I'm going to try actually is just putting this straight in there just now and actually moulding it while it's in. Let's just see. So we place that on. Okay, so it just comes right down. Yeah, that's better. And then I've got more control of how far, where the neck starts. That's better. Yeah, it looks nicer. So like that. Okay, so just smoothing that off. Now what I want to do is maybe just roll this down a wee bit. Just spin it round. There we go. Nice. Nice straight back there as well. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to just cut there. I'm going to get the bamboo stick and I'm going to just spin, spin, spin. Try and bring that right down. There we go. And then I'm going to then get this. Pop that in. Hopefully it just follows through the same hole. Yep, there we go. so we just want to attach this on, and it means we can finish this dress, because I couldn't really finish the top part because the bodice wasn't attached. Okay. Nice, there we are. Okay, so you can see there. Okay, nice shape. Okay, so what I want to do is just try and flatten this onto the dress. Okay, and then a wee bit of glue, and then we can pop one of them round just to finish off the bottom bit there. Okay, just clear all that out of the way. Hopefully these haven't dried out. I should have filled them up first before I stopped. Here's my wee cone tool. Okay, oh, they're fine. That's the lovely thing with this paste. If that had just been normal sugar paste, it'd be all dry and crackly. Look, is that not amazing? Okay, and then just a wee ball. So it's not a quick process making these little models. So you've got to always remember that. Now when I first started making things like this in the bakery, and I was, oh my goodness, what age was I? Gosh, what age would I have been? So 16. 17. It was very simple models that we did back then, and I used to come in in the morning of the wedding and put the models on, make the models on top of the cake in the first thing in the morning. With this type of modelling, that's definitely impossible. Okay, so I just want to squeeze these in. I don't want to lose the shape too much. Now we'll do one more. Yeah, I think we could do one more. Well, I suppose you could, because the good thing is you're not having to worry about the stability of them, because they're on the bamboo. I used to just use spaghetti. Okay, I think that's fine. Just cut that wee rough bit off. Right. Okay. Nice, very good. Alright, so once we've got that on there, what we need to do now is we need to make a little belt. So I'll have a little break, and then when we come back, we're going to put a little, not a belt, like this little sash thing going around there, and then we need to do a little bit of work up the top here before we can move on to doing the arms, and then of course the head. Okay, so what we want to do is want to start to cover up this top part here, and just make it a little bit prettier. Now what I was thinking was we're going to have a sparkle bit across here, we're going to have a little sort of blingy bit around here. So I mean, what we can do is just to sort of dress it a little bit, is just do just some little lines. Okay. Just lots of little lines. Just so it looks more like a, not too plain looking. Okay, and then we just want to get the glue and just put it around here to start with. And then what I want to do is just make a belt sort of thing that's going to be all sparkly. That barking's going through my body. Right, okay. So what I've done there is to make a little taper either end, and then just press down Okay. Is that too thick? It's too thick. Okay, I'm going to press down and cut it. I'll just cut it. Okay, so just down there, nice and thin. And then we're just going to cut a wee shape. Like that. Okay, and then we just want to place that on. Now you're not going to see the back because there's going to be a bow at the back, so don't worry about the join at the back there. It's going to be hidden. And then once done that, all I want to do is really just go around and flick it all and sort of create like a little design. It's almost like encrusted. Just lots of little dots. Okay, so you can see just doing loads of wee dots there. It looks nice. And then we just want to do the exact same at the top. Okay, so just get another wee bit. And just roll, actually just one of them bits. And then we just want to roll. Okay. Okay, and then just lift this up. And then we just want to place that around. Not too much further up or we're going to lose the chest area. Okay, and then just break that off there. And then just flatten down. Cool, and then the same thing again. I'm just going to do lots of lines on this one. Like that. Okay, and then around there. I can feel the Hulk starting to come out of me. Can't handle it. Okay, and around here. Okay, right, so like that. So what I want to do is I've got this lovely cut, it's nude taupe it's called. It's one of the fake hills, lovely dusts. And okay, I'm just going to pop some in the lid there because I can't see my little paint palette. A little bit of alcohol. And we just want to paint on so it's got a lovely tone to it, nice colour. And we just want to add a bit of colour here. And then of course we've got the flowers, a wee bouquet to make, which I think they're just toning nicely with this colour from the bright pink. There we go, that looks nice. Okay, good. Okay, and then for the, oh, I've just put and dipped that into the wrong dish, 2 seconds. a clean dish. And then for the top bit, for the top of we don't want to do the same colour. Put that to one side. I've got some sparkle dust here. So again, just a little bit of the reason I can do it in there is because when you add the alcohol, it's just going to evaporate within seconds. So of course, I can just put the lid back on. It just drops back into the pot. Okay, so just a bit of silvery sparkle because this bit's supposed to be like the jewelled area. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then before we're finished that, I think it would be nice just to add a little sparkle, perhaps, just falling down there. There we go. Okay, now actually, do you know what? I think a wee bit of sparkle on there as well would be quite nice. Oh yeah. It's quite nice that it's just falling onto the dress a little bit as well. Okay, now the only thing that's missing, I feel, is like a big flouncy, a big sort of flowery thing at the top of her dress there. So what I want to do is probably just roll out a ball, get the bone tool. Okay, I'm just going to pull round like that. Okay, and then do a smaller one. Okay, I'm starting to think there's something wrong. Okay, so just put this one on top and then just push down in the middle. There we go, look at that. Okay, maybe this may be on the big side, but we'll just see. There. Just to match the dress. Try and get it to blend in a little bit. That's fine. And then just a wee bow in the middle. And in that wee bow in the middle we can just paint with the essentially a bit of taupe in there. And then a wee bit of sparkle dust. There we go. We've got a very fashionable looking dress there. Okay, so I'm going to tidy up. My dog is barking like mad, Paco, so I'm going to go up and give him in trouble, and then we come back, we're going to finish off this little bride. Bye! Hi, welcome back. So now we're going to move on to transferring the models onto your cake, or in this case I'm going to transfer them onto a little plinth. So I've just iced a little 6-inch round by 2.5 inches deep cake there. Actually, I think it's only 2 inches deep, and just give it a quick metallic paint. It's a little bit rustic, but it's really just for the cake models to stand on. So what we've got to think about is, for the top of the cake, we've got to make sure we get the balance, the side next to it. So I think it's probably good to put the groom on first. If you think the space, sorry, as you notice I've cut my finger. It was quite a bad. I was icing this cake and I was cutting it was old sugar paste because I thought it was just a dummy. I was cutting the hard bits off and the knife just went right through the sugar paste really fast. And it was actually a nipper. So Greg's bandaged me up. So good job it's the left hand and not the right hand. Right, okay, so what we want to do is I've got this because it's just been iced. I need to press down to put the wee holes in it, so it's just so I don't put my finger into the sugar paste. So hopefully with the tricks been in here, he should just come out relatively easy. Yeah, look at that, good. Now if I go across here and then just mark the surface there, and I'm going to put them back in. There we go. Okay, and then we just want to make our hole. Now, because this is quite a shallow dummy, I'm going to have to trim off the bottom, the sticks there, just so that when we put them in, he actually doesn't, he goes right to the bottom. So yeah. Right, you're going to be a good boy. I've maybe them a wee bit too far apart, so his legs are going to be slightly. No, that's actually alright. There we go. Good. Just over there. So there we go. You can see him sat there. Now, of course, if that was a real cake, then of course it would just slide straight in and keep them nice and long. Don't cut them. I only did that because it was the dummy. Okay. I've just realised that ribbon's a bit squee whiff at the back. I'll just try and neaten up a wee bit. Right. Okay. Okay. And out for the bride. So what I need to do, also the good thing is it's just one stick, isn't it? So that comes off there. Now, how am I going to, yeah, so I need to take a little bit off the bottom as well. Almost hit Greg. Right, so we want to go as close as we can. Maybe a wee bit closer. Let's try there. It's actually a little bit not touching the, oh no, it's alright. Is it? Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that works really well. There we go. So you can see the size-wise, they're almost the same size. So, but we're fine. There's not an imbalance of size going on there. So, so now you can see around the back here, it doesn't look very pretty. I've just realised that. So of course we can put a wee collar around there to finish it off. Likewise, well, I was going to do a wee bow at the back of her anyway. So, but we can just do a wee bit of grey just to sort of finish that off there. So that's fine. But it's the back; it doesn't matter. Okay, so that looks nice in them on the wee cake. Look at that, beautiful. So what we want to do now is we want to get our paste and we want to get the arms on next. Okay. Get my glue. Is there any glue in there? Yes, there is. Wee glue. Wee paintbrush. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make it sticky. So a little bit of glue just where the arms are going to go. There we go. Nice. All right. Okay. Now we're going to have her holding hands with her well, I don't know if they're husbands yet, I don't know if they're married yet, they're still to walk down the aisle, but with Mr. and Mrs. holding hands, and then we'll do her just her wee hand at the side. I was going to do a bouquet, but then I think the flower that I've made for the top is so big that it might just take the eye away from, that it might just, the balance might not be so good, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay. Okay, so rolling down, and what I'm doing here is just tapering it down at the sides. Like so. Okay, so I also got way too much there. Where's my wee orange knife gone? They've taken it away from me so I don't cut myself again. I've been using orange knives for I don't know how long. It's the first time it's actually got a bad cut from one. I've probably been using them for over 10 years. It's funny because I was feeling sleepy. This is day 2, by the way. I was feeling sleepy this morning, so that definitely woke me up. Okay, so pop them together. No, I need a wee orange knife. Oh, that feels better. Right. Okay. So a little bit still on the thick side, so I'm just going to roll a little bit thinner. There we go. That's better. How's that? Yeah. So what we want to do now is we want to make the hand. So all we'll have to do is just at the end here, so if you just, this is where it's going to get awkward, isn't it? So just push him back a little bit, just to create a little stump. And then once you get that little stump, we just want to then press down, keep lifting it up, just to make sure it's not sticking to the table. Okay, and then the same with this one. Lifting it up. There we go. Okay. And then the opposite side. Okay, and then we just want to round him off a bit. We're not going into too much detail, just making the little fingers. You're not really going to see them too much. Okay, so just like that. Okay, and then just make sure they're not stuck. Whoops. It's good. Right, that's all we want to do, and then we can sort of bend them round a little bit like that. That's all we need. Alright, okay, so let's do the wee tricky one first now. It's going to be quite hard for the cameraman to see what I'm doing here, but I'll try and just talk us through it. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of glue in his hand. Get nice and soft. Okay, so thumbs in, so it's this one. Okay, so we just try and lift this up. I want to get a rough idea once our hand's through there and then up there. Right, so I need to take about 1 centimetre off. So what I'm going to do is just put it on its side, and I'm just going to cut down, hopefully, just press that just to make it soft. We want to go in here, pressing it on, and then we want to get the hand and pop that underneath, like that. Oh, look at that. There we go, so they're holding hands. And then I just want to brush the top bit of my fingerprints. No evidence I was here. There we go. Oh, so romantic. Look from behind, look. Is that not nice? There we go. Okay, and then round to the other side. So I just want to do the same. Feels a little bit long. Just make it slightly smaller. That feels better. Okay. Now hopefully I've not taken all the glue away. No. There we go. Now, using this wee tool here, what we can do is just try and just slightly blend. Okay, so just keep rubbing round and round. And just blending that. There we go. And then of course I need to try and do the other side. There's a wee bit more glue on this side, so it's I'm just using the heat from my hand just to smooth that side up. There we go. Now, I just need to there we go, that's better. So look, oh good. Right, now just with our hand here, we just want to maybe a couple of marks just for the elbows. There we go, and then just drop that down. Just push it against there, and we just want to move that like that. Yep, that looks good. That looks in proportion. That all works well. There we go. That's good. Like it when a plan comes together. Okay, so there we go. So that looks really good. So I'll quick tidy up, and when we come back, we're going to move on to the head. So we're almost there. Hi, welcome back. So now we're going to move on to transferring the models onto your cake, or in this case I'm going to transfer them onto a little plinth. So I've just iced a little 6-inch round by 2.5 inches deep cake there. Actually, I think it's only 2 inches deep, and just give it a quick metallic painting. It's a little bit rustic, but it's really just for the cake models to stand on. So what we've got to think about is, for the top of the cake, we've got to make sure we get the balance, the sat next to it. So I think it's probably good to put the groom on first. If you think the space, sorry, as you notice I've cut my finger. It was quite a bad. I was icing this cake and I was cutting it was old sugar paste because I thought it was just a dummy. And I was cutting the hard bits off, and the knife just went right through the sugar paste really fast. And it was actually a nipper. Anyway, so Greg's bandaged me up. So good job it's the left hand and not the right hand. Right, okay, so what we want to do is, I've got this because it's just been iced. I need to press down to put the wee holes in it, so it's just so I don't put my finger into the sugar paste. So hopefully with the tricks been in here, he should just come out relatively easy. Yeah, look at that, good. Now if I go across here, and then just mark the surface there, and I'm going to put them back in. There we go. Okay, and then we just want to make our hole. Now, because this is quite a shallow dummy, I'm going to have to trim off the bottom of the sticks there, just so that when we put them in, he actually doesn't, he goes straight to the bottom. So yeah. Right, you're going to be a good boy. I've maybe them a wee bit too far apart, so his legs are going to be slightly. No, that's actually alright. There we go. Good. So over there. So there we go. You can see him sat there. Now, of course, if that was a real cake, then of course it would just slide straight in and keep them nice and long. Don't cut them. I only did that because it was the dummy. Okay. I've just realised that ribbon's a bit squee whiff at the back. I'll just try and neaten up a wee bit. Right. Okay. Okay. And out for the bride. So what I need to do, also the good thing is it's just one stick, isn't it? So that comes off there. Now, how am I going to, yeah, so I need to take a little bit off the bottom as well. Almost hit Greg. Right, so we want to go as close as we can. Maybe a wee bit closer. Let's try there. It's actually a little bit not touching the, oh no, it's alright. Is it? Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that works really well. There we go. So you can see the size-wise, they're almost the same size. So, but we're fine. There's not an imbalance of size going on there. So, so now you can see around the back here, it doesn't look very pretty. I've just realised that. So of course we can put a wee collar around there to finish that off. Likewise, well, I was going to do a wee bow at the back of her anyway. So, but we can just do a wee bit of grey just to sort of finish that off there. So that's fine. But it's the back; it doesn't matter. Okay, so that looks nice in them on the wee cake. Look at that, beautiful. So what we want to do now is we want to get our paste, and we want to get the arms on next. Okay. Get my glue. Is there any glue in there? Yes, there is. Wee glue. A wee paintbrush. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make it sticky. So a little bit of glue just where the arms are going to go. There we go. Nice. All right. Okay. Now we're going to have her holding hands with her well, I don't know if they're husbands yet, I don't know if they're married yet, they're still to walk down the aisle, but with Mr. and Mrs. holding hands, and then we'll do her just her wee hand at the side. I was going to do a bouquet, but then I think the flower that I've made for the top is so big that it might just take the eye away from, that it might just, the balance might not be so good, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay. Right, so rolling down, and what I'm doing here is just tapering it down at the sides. Like so. Okay, so I also got way too much there. Where's my wee orange knife gone? They've taken it away from me so I don't cut myself again. I've been using orange knives for I don't know how long. It's the first time it's actually got a bad cut from one. I've probably been using them for over 10 years. It's funny because I was feeling sleepy. This is day 2, by the way. I was feeling sleepy this morning, so that definitely woke me up. Okay, so pop them together. No, I need a wee orange knife. Oh, that feels better. Right. Okay. So a little bit still on the thick side, so I'm just going to roll a little bit thinner. There we go. That's better. How's that? Yeah. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to make the hand. So all we'll have to do is just at the end here, so if you just, this is where it's going to get awkward, isn't it? So just push them back a little bit, just to create a little stump. And then once you get that little stump, we just want to then press down, keep lifting it up, just to make sure it's not sticking to the table. Okay, and then the same with this one, lifting it up. There we go. Okay. And then the opposite side. Okay, and then we just want to round him off a bit. We're not going into too much detail, just making the little fingers. You're not really going to see them too much. Okay, so just like that. Okay, and then just make sure they're not stuck. Whoops. It's good. Right, that's all we want to do, and then you can sort of bend them round a little bit like that. That's all we need. Alright, okay, so let's do the wee tricky one first now. It's going to be quite hard for the cameraman to see what I'm doing here, but I'll try and just talk us through it. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of glue in his hand. Get nice and soft. Okay, so thumbs in, so it's this one. Okay, so we just try and lift this up. I want to get a rough idea once our hand's through there. And then up there. Right, so I need to take about a centimetre off. So what I'm going to do is just put it on the side, and I'm just going to cut down. Hopefully, just press that just to make it soft. We want to go in here, pressing it on. And then we want to get the hand and pop that underneath. Like that. Oh, look at that. There we go, so they're holding hands. And then I just want to brush the top bit of my fingerprints. No evidence I was here. There we go. Oh, so romantic. Look from behind, look. Is that not nice? There we go. Okay, and then round to the other side. So I just want to do the same. Feels a little bit long. Just make it slightly smaller. That feels better. Okay. Now hopefully I've not taken all the glue away. No. There we go. Now, using this wee tool here, what we can do is just try and just slightly blend. Okay, so just keep rubbing round and round. And just blending that. There we go. And then of course I need to try and do the other side. There's a wee bit more glue on this side, so it's I'm just using the heat from my hand just to smooth that side up. There we go. I just need to... There we go, that's better. So look, oh, good. Right, now just with our hand here, we just want to maybe a couple of marks just for the elbows. There we go, and then just drop that down. Just push it against there, and we just want to move that like that. Yep, that looks good. That looks in proportion. That all works well. There we go. That's good. I like it when a plan comes together. So I'll have a quick tidy up, and when we come back, we're going to move on to the head. So we're almost there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to making the girlfriend's head, or the wife's head, or whatever. So what we've got here is the ball, the same as what we did for the chappie, but what I've done this time, instead of being long ways like this, we're just turning it around and we're having it that way. Okay, what, landscape instead of portrait? I think that's it, yeah. So what we want to do, the same thing as before, just get your tool, paintbrush, whatever you want to use, and we just want to make the little valley on down the middle. Okay, back and forward, just smoothing that off there, and that just helps us to find where the cheeks are, where the nose is going to be, where the eyes are going to be. Okay, now try to do this with the wrong finger is going to be quite difficult, but we'll see how we go on. So we want to pinch. I'm going to just make that a little bit deeper. Okay, so we want to pinch, remember the Darth Vader thing I was talking about? Okay, like that, and then turn it around, and then up. Now this has been sat for a while and it's started to dry out. Hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, and then once we've got to that stage, we just want to then roll up, and then just hopefully making, it's definitely drying out and out. Okay, and then just keep finding that wee button nose. Oh, the wee cute nose. Okay, so you can see they're just back and forward. I can take even more away because I just want it to be a wee cute nose for the female. So I'm just pulling it up a wee bit further. It's a wee bit far down. Okay. Okay, again, just massaging around. Okay, that'll do. Okay. And what I want to now is do the nostrils. Maybe soft tip. Okay, and then back to the tucky tool. Just pushing it in at the sides just to highlight the nose even more. This seems to be catching. Is it the sugar paste? The modelling paste. Okay, it's fine, got a wee nose. And then we want to then go around and get the sockets and the bridge of the nose. So back and forward. Okay, so there we go, you can see the bridge forming there. Okay, and just every so often just soften those sharp edges. Okay. And then get the bone tool. Now what I want to do is make this a bit rounded, the bridge, so I'm going to go back and forward and actually flatten it down. There we go, then I'm going to go back in and then just create it again. Because it was just looking a bit too flat for my liking. Okay, then you can go back on with the big one again just to soften that again. There we go. Nice, there we are. I think that looks like a nice wee nose. I'm just going to go with the tucky tool and just bring the nose round a bit more, so it kind of looks more joined. Got loads of little bits of fluff on this paste this morning. I've not even got any black on, I can't remember what I was wearing there. Right. Okay. Okay, and then once we've got to that stage, I'm just going to, there we go. We want to do the mouth, so the lips. So remember the last time, so but roughly the size of that nose, from the edge I want to go down, there we go, and down, there we go. Okay, and just get your wee orange knife. And to go in and just lift it up. There you go, and just use your wee tucky tool. Okay, and then once done that, using the pinky, and just go on and just push it back a little bit, just to soften it. And then very, very carefully, all we're doing is just giving it a wee soften with the tool, just to form the lip. Okay, and that's all we need. And then the wee bits down there. And then the wee tool inside, just to press down to get that wee bit there. Okay. Right. Okay, does that look? That's fine. Okay, and then we want to get a wee bit of skin for the lips, the bottom lip. So a wee ball. That's too big. So just make a rugby ball shape. So a little ball, finger on that side and change over to that side. And you get that sort of shape. Okay, lift that up. Oh, still too big. Okay, so same thing. Okay, and then we just want to push down. There we go. Now the lips are a bit on the big side, so I'm just using the paintbrush to then make the lips a little bit smaller. Okay. There we are. Now I'm just going underneath there. I've made a few wee marks, so I just want to blend the marks away. There we go. Yep. There we go. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to go a wee line down there. Yep, that's good. Okay, and now I want to move on to getting rid of the cheeks, making a bit more shaped. Now I'm going to just use this tucky tool a wee bit more just underneath the nose. Okay, so remember that last time, so from the back of the head, and we want to draw a line that's going to come in round and sort of down like that. Okay, so from the back of the head, and you're doing almost like a love heart sort of idea. Okay, and then once it's on there, we're happy with it, we can then just put a little bit of pressure and just take away that excess. Once we're happy with that excess being taken away, just get your knife and just go in and cut. Okay, and I want to turn it around and have a wee look. So I want to just press in the sides a little bit more. Okay, and I want to bring that cheek forward a bit more. The chin, sorry. So just stretching the back of the head forward. There we go. And then I'm going to use the knife here just to cut the excess away. Okay, so once I've done that, I just want to go on and just shape those lovely big cheeks. Nice cheekbones. There we are. A little bit brow over there. Just going to bring it in a little bit. Just seems a little bit wide. There we go. Right, just get my wee ball tool. Yep. Oops. There, that's good. Happy with that. Excellent, good. Right, okay, so now we want to put the eyes on. Have we got time, Greg, for eyes? Yeah. Okay, so just get the white. And do a little bit of glue. Okay, and then just soften up. Okay, whoops. So it'll be tic-tacky balls on there like that. Okay, so once we've got them in there, we just want to then get the tucky tool and just pressing down. Okay. So you see me just polishing it around and then pulling it back a little bit. This one's actually doesn't feel right, so I'm taking it off. It just feels fractionally too big, so I'm going to take a little bit off. If in doubt, you better to start again. Let me see. Oh, that's better. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's the eyes on. Okay, so then what we want to then do is start to paint the eyes. So I think we'll have a quick tidy up and we'll come back and move on to doing the eyes. Okay, so now let's move on to doing the eyes. So I thought we could do some nice blue eyes, just so they're not the same colour. So I've got a little nice bit of pale blue. Got a nice wee paintbrush. Which one will I use? This one. So it's a 0, same as before. And I just want to paint on nice blue eyes. Okay. We can maybe are looking at them a wee bit, that might be quite nice. There we go. So I'll put that on a bit more of an oval shape, so I need to just change the shape of this one. There we go. It's better. Okay. Oh, I've not got my wee dish of water. Oh, there it's there. I've actually made the one. I've made that one bigger. This is the problem. So I've made this one, that one too big. So now I use this one a little bit bigger. Before you know it, you've got no white left. Right. How's that? Oh, that still looks too big. Oh my goodness, what have I done? How's that? That'll do. Right. Okay, and then we need some black from the middle. Okay, so if we just get a little bit black, and we just want to plant the black in there, so just a wee. Okay, and then the same on this side. Okay, that's better. Yep, there we go. And then give that a wee, oh, should I give that a wash? We're going to use it again. So we just want to put the black underneath the eyes now. We go back onto my hand to do this bit. Okay, so around there, and we just want to go in. And while I'm there, I'll just do the top. There you go. There we are. Good. And then we're just going to do the eyelashes. Nope, too thin. Now I'm going to do one in between, they're too far apart. Okay, that looks nicer. Okay, and then the other side. Maybe a bit more black. And underneath. There we go. Alright, so there we are. Oops, where are we? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get a dryer brush now. Okay, that's good. Actually, well, we're just waiting for that. We're just going to put some white and just do the whites. know if I need to get a different white. This one looks it's a bit gloopy, to be honest. So that's the rainbow dust one, but it's just a little bit on the gloopy side. So that. There we are. Yep, that's fine. Okay, now hopefully that's dried up the top. Well, actually what we can do now is we can do the eyelashes, the eyebrows. Now we're going to go for, I was going to go for the brown. Actually I'm going to go for a light brown, so I'm going to take some of the white over and get some of this brown over. There we go. I'm going to go for a slightly blondie here, so we just want a sort of lighter brown eyebrow. Yep. Okay, just clean the brush. Okay, and nope, I don't like that one. It's too big. Take that away. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. So needs a little bit more dark, I think. It's just not showing up enough. That's better. Let me see. Yep, that looks fine. Good. Right. Okay. So now I want to put a little bit of. You get a little bit brown, a little bit pink, just to get a nice warm eye shadow. Okay. Just going to go in here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just a wee bit underneath. Okay, that's fine. That's going to soften the face a little bit. Okay, and now we can put in a little bit of, oh no, let's do the blusher. There we go, a wee bit on the nose, some across the brow, a wee bit down there as well. There we go, that's nice. Okay, and then we want to the lips. Okay. I'm also going to go for a slightly brighter colour. Now there's a bit of black coming off that, so I don't want to use that. That's better. Okay. Okay. Let's paint the lips. So I think that looks nice. There we go. Just going to stop there actually, because sometimes you can go too far, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so if we want to get the wire cutters, and just look at the size, so about there. Okay. Now, normally I prefer it to be a cocktail stick that goes in the top, excuse me. So we'll use the cocktail stick to start the hole, make it a bit bigger, and then use this to, there we are, right, okay. So right, oh there we are. Just do her slightly looking round at him. We can maybe do him looking slightly round as well. Oh, look at that, so romantic, look at that. Alright, okay, so there we go. So that's the head on. So all we have to do is make her beautiful hair. So we'll be back in a flash. Hi, welcome back. So now moving on to the hair. So as you can see here, I've rolled out lots of little thin sausages. So same as what we did for the chap, but just much longer ones. And all we're doing is getting the tool. I tried to pull it down in one strand there and it just ripped the hair. So rather than do that, I'm just doing lots of lines. It's just to help add extra texture to the hair. There we go. Okay. And then once we've got these all made, then what we want to do is get a paintbrush. I want to wrap the hair from the top of the paintbrush and just wrap it so it's spiraling down, because it gets thinner, the paintbrush, as it goes down. And you can do them as tight or as loose as you want. Okay, like that. Once you've got that like there, just pull it off and just leave it on the table. Okay, so, and we just want loads of these made up. And then because we're using the modelling paste that dries, it's keeping it shaped quite well. Sugar paste, it might just lose its curl a bit more. Okay, so there we go. So we're just making all those little ringlets just now. And just do all different sizes. And then when we come to put it on, then hopefully we get a nice big hairdo. All right, so I'll make a load of these, and then when we come back, we're going to stick them on the head. See you in a bit. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got lots of little ringlets made up. So what we want to do now, I should have done this first. I always say that we should have made the head all sticky first before we made them, so that it was tacky. This glue is quite gloopy, so hopefully it will set quite fast. Now you can see there's no ears on because she's going to have so much hair, you're not going to need the ears. She's got a funny shaped head at the back, but that's going to be all hidden. Okay. Right, so the first thing we want to do is start off with the sides, as usual. So just picking the hair up. Okay, and I'm just going to place that on there, like so, and then just pressing that on, and you can see straight away it looks lovely. Okay, and then just cut the excess, and then just balance it off with the other side. So picking up a longer one. Go, and I just want to place that on there, and then the same thing, just bring that down, and then in there, and we go. Pressing that on. Okay, and you can see what happens is that one was a fresh one, so it's kind of dropping down sort of quicker. And all we really want to do is, before we do the front, is just go round the whole back and just attach the hair on. I think I did that one the wrong way around there, but it doesn't matter. That's quite nice. I like the point in that one, so I'm going to leave that one for the front. Okay, and just stretch and just placing them on. That's got a nice point on it as well, so I'm going to leave that one. Okay, and just keep on adding the hair on. Now, what we have got to watch is the weight when you're doing this. So sometimes it's good to have the head sat for a couple hours before we put this on, just because the weight could pull the head back the way, so just be careful when you're doing this. Okay, so there's a wee gap there. So then once we've sort of got the majority of the hair on, you get a little bit more glue, and just paint on top of the hair, and then we can just go in between. So when you're popping it on, just stretch it. Can you press the top, excuse me, press the top and try and slot it over the top. So lift it up, flatten it down, and we're just looking to hide the joint. See, there's a nice join there. So pop that on there and just put it on there so we can't see the lines on the hair there, okay? So the same thing again, pressing it down up there, and it's going on there and it's just hiding the skin. We don't want to see the skin. Okay, there's a big long one here, so pressing it down and then there like that. Okay, so you can see very quickly we start to build up. Oh, so my plaster's picking up other hairs, real hair that we don't want. Okay, so I'm just trying to sort of bring that hair round the back, so I've got a bit of a gap around there. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that looks nice. So that looks lovely at the back there, doesn't it? So then we can go around and we can start concentrating a little bit more on the front. Now, while that's going tacky, what I can do is get the knife, just turn it around there, and what we can do as well, make it to tacky, is just put lines, or you can use the tool, and just try and blend that in a wee bit more like hair. Alright. Okay. Now I really like this pointy one here, so I'm going to add this at this side. You can't really see what I'm doing here, but I just like the shape of it. So I'm going to pop that on there. That looks nice. And see, I'm bringing it across here now. So I'm going to bring the hair up and across. So I'm going to get this one, just pull it longer. Again, just across there. Sorry, I've got the heating on again and it's making lots of funny noises. If I knew the heating system was going to make such a noise, I'd have got a different system. Okay. Okay, so you can see there, just bringing that across there. There's no lines on that wee bit, so I'm just going to put some lines on it. There we go. So it's quite nice just having the hair just covering a little bit of the head. Now we can have a wee bit coming down this side. There's a nice wee ringlet there. Okay. Well, that fits perfect. Now I just got to turn away, have a wee look. So I think there needs to be a bit more up top, a wee bit more height. That looks nice. Yep. Just going to cut away this excess here. And then a wee bit up here. So we're going for full on little ringlets. Yep, that's fine. So I'm just placing it on like that, and then once you've got it on like that, you can just get your tool and just have a wee play around. That looks nice. Yep, so something like that looks good. Yep, that's fine. Happy with that. Yep, okay. And then of course we want to make a wee tiara. So a little bit of glue. So like that, I'm just going to roll that down. And actually similar to what we actually did for her belt. So I'm just going to cut it straight there and then just let's just see, make it a little bit smaller, a bit more angled. That's better, yep. And then what we can do is just do lots of little lines. Okay, and then along the bottom just do some dots. There we go, it looks nice. And then we get our sparkle dust. And make it all sparkly. There we go. Don't know if that's going to be too tall, but we'll soon find out. Okay, we need a little bit more hair at the front there. It doesn't look good sitting on the head. So I'm just going to get one of these. Try and get one last little bit on. This is quite a nice wee one here, so I'll get this wee bit on. There we go. I'm going to flatten that down a wee bit on top, just to give us space for the tiara to go on. There we go. Oh, she's definitely a little princess, look at that. There we go. And all we want to do now is just put a little bit of sparkle on the dress. So just get a larger brush. And we just want to see a bit more sparkle there. I've got a wee bit just speckled on them right now. There we go. So there we go. So one little romantic bride and groom. So obviously this is a bride and groom that we've made today, but obviously we could do, we'll tweak it first of all, bride and groom, so we could go with like a black jacket, a darker grey jacket. You could go more for the top hat and tails, so you could do the wee top hat, which would be really cute, maybe on a slight angle for a bit more character. You could do the bigger bit tails at the back there, which would be quite nice, and you could go for a bow tie, which would be quite nice as well. For that would be nice. And of course you can go a bit more, now that you've seen how to do the hair, you can really go to town and change the designs. And just Google when you're googling for the costume, of course most of them are models. So just look at the models here and then get inspiration from that. Excuse me. And then looking over to the bride. Your world is your oyster with the bride, isn't it? Because there's so many dresses out there. So I wanted to go something that was looked quite detailed and quite in vogue, with sort of almost like little clouds and then the sparkle adding a wee bit there. Now originally I was going to try and do like a little boy and a little girl or something, bridesmaid and type thing, but actually I think it's just quite nice just keeping it simple like that. Now obviously the hair, again, her hair is quite over the top, it's very, very curly. You could do a similar hairstyle with more flat hair if you want to go more flat and tied back. And do like a little bun. If you're doing a little bun on top, just do a little ball and just wrap sugar paste the strands around it, and a wee tiara in front, and that'll give you sort of like a more of an Audrey Hepburn. But I thought it'd be quite nice to show you to the curls, because it just adds volume very quickly and makes it look quite stylish there as well. Yeah, and of course, you don't have to do a bride and groom. Now you've learned how to make a model like this, you could just do someone with a pair of jeans on, a jumper and a jacket. Likewise with the female, you could just do her wearing trousers, a wee jumper, or a wee shirt or something like that. But it's really nice and quick how we can actually bring these together standing up, and they're very, very secure. I'm not worried about them at all on top of the cake there like that. So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the tutorial, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi, welcome to all the pro members. So here we are. So a little bride and groom. Now it's quite interesting. I bet if you look over the old bride and groom toppers that I've got and look at these ones, there's a wee bit of a difference from way back. So if I could have made these bride and groom toppers with the cake shop, I'm sure we'd have a lot more orders for them, because they are nice, cute, and I'd be happy to push these ones because they're not that time consuming to make once you actually. So I made the head roughly in one shoot, which has got to be less than 30 minutes. Where I'm sure when I first did the heads, it was taking me a couple of hours to do a head. So they're not overly detailed, the faces. So they've kind of got bigger noses, which I think kind of gives it more a cartoon sort of feel. So it's very easy to make these look like the person it's for without going into like real detail with the face. And that's what you want to offer your customers. So when they come into the shop or come to your house, wherever it is, you say, okay, so have these on display and go here. This is my standard bride and groom, or this could be your luxury standard bride and groom. So they'll be roughly the same shape and size, and all we do is change the hairstyle, the colour of the eyes, and obviously make the dress and the suit or the kilt to match for that. So that's all you need to do for that, which is nice. And it's also nice having them there, because I've said this 100 times before, is obviously the size of them. Because obviously, slightly larger person or thinner person, you don't want to ask that question. So you just say, that's the size that we do, that's the style we do. If you want to change anything, just let me know. And if they don't mention anything about size, then you just do that size as the person for the cake. I love making these new models. I could do a whole range of them. I love it when I find something that I really enjoy making. And if I had a cake shop, I'd have to have a whole top shelf, and I would just go, every time you've got a bit of spare time, a couple of hours, make another bride, make another groom, and have a whole selection of them. So you could do them with like with a kilt on. You could do the groom with I know it's it's all right, the football. So you could have the shirt, so you could let's have the shirts open, and you could have the football colours and a little bit the logo on it or something like that. So whatever the football team is would be quite cool. And of course, if they're in the army, or they're in the navy, or if they're a police force or a doctor, of course you could do the groom dressed up in the scrubs or with his army uniform on, sailor uniform, or vice versa, and just have a whole selection of them. Now that you've got a nice style range, you can do a whole selection, change the hairstyles, and when the people come into your house or your shop, and they'll go, actually, I like her hair, I like his jacket, and then it's easy because you've already made it before. Because we've all got so much time on our hands. But anyway, so there we go. So that's the nice thing about making the new models. So obviously, price wise for these, we've used the Sarancino. Now we've only used half a tub of Sarancino, so it's only been about £4. For that, we've used 3 bamboo sticks. What's that? I can't even add that on because it doesn't cost anything. So actually, I can't add anything on. So it's £4. It's only cost about £4 or £5 in ingredients to make these models. So they're paying purely for your time. Okay. So if you think, let's just say, how long would it take me? If I was doing one model, I think I could probably do these in a couple of hours. So half an hour ahead, and then a half an hour for the body. Yeah, I'd say maybe 2, maybe give yourself 3 hours if you're doing it commercially wise. So 3 hours, so that's £30. Now I think you can more than add a lot more on than that. So 30, so that's 3 hours of your overheads. So what does it say? 30 times, so 30, 60, 90. Yep, so I think you should be around about the £100 mark for something along these lines for a bride and groom topper with all that detail in there. Yeah, so that gives you £30 to cover your costs, £30 for your overheads, and it's £30 for the ingredients, which is not. Let's get some profit from it. I think people pay that for it if you've got a nice groom top. Now I've seen ones online. I had a wee look before I came on to get an idea. And there were some people charging about £150, £160 for cake toppers. So I think £100 would sit well. And that means you're getting your £30, roughly your 3 hours, £10 an hour for your time, plus you're almost getting £30 or £25 profit from that as well. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. I could just make more of these because they're good fun to make, and you can have Netflix on at the same time, which is quite nice. So anyway, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I shall see you all again soon. Bye. Enjoy. Bye.